every generation of young people comes an opportunity to make a contribution to the fortunes of humanity, unique to their time of life. For the present generation, the moment has come to reflect, to commit, to steel themselves for a life of service, from which blessings will flow in abundance. In February 2013, the elected governing council of the Baha'i world, the Universal House of Justice, delivered a message calling for the convocation of 95 youth conferences around the globe. This was later increased to 114. The Republic of Vanuatu is an island nation located in the South Pacific Ocean. It was first inhabited by Melanesian people. These beautiful islands have rich and unique cultures, not seen anywhere else in the world. The people are always filled with joy. Many people call Vanuatu the happiest place on earth. Port Vila, Vanuatu was chosen as the location for young people from New Caledonia, Solomon Islands, French Polynesia, and Vanuatu to come together and explore their potential for meaningful acts of service. To decide their part in a mighty transforming process that will yield in time a global civilization reflecting the oneness of humankind. In Port Vila, more than 1,700 youth converged at the conference venue, located in a large gymnasium. Volunteers worked day in and day out to renovate the facility, fixing shingles, installing lights, and repainting the whole building. For over a week before the conference, hundreds of youth participants arrived in Port Vila. In fact, they came in waves. Out of all the different countries that attended, there was a great number from the Solomon Islands. 95 facilitators arrived early to participate in 4 days of facilitator training to ensure they were adequately prepared and understood the main concepts well.
Hi, my name is David Coulon. I hail from the village of Mele on Infate Island in Vanuatu. We are currently undergoing facilitators training. We've been through 3 weeks of intensive training to become facilitators.
This material is based on 5 topics, and we're helping participants to develop and to understand every concept in each topic. As a facilitator, I have to encourage every participant, if possible, if they can share their understanding about the themes we are studying, and also as a facilitator we have to promote a joyful and serious environment. We're trying to guide them into the path of service, a service which is directed to the pre-youth. Why the pre-youth? Because the pre-youth are the future youth.
While helping the generation now, we are helping the generation of tomorrow. This is such a great enterprise that even 3 weeks of training will not suffice in this great enterprise.
The conference opened a day earlier with a traditional parade through town to the venue, announcing the commencement of the conference.
Solo publicam. Macam Caledonia. May bibuto Caledonia ko first time. Solo kami kan, lo Caledonia.
People of Port Vila witnessed their singing while walking along in a spirit of unity. Observers could see the harmony of the friends. The different colored costumes helped to illustrate unity in diversity. Immediately following the parade, over 1,700 people gathered for the opening of the Port Vila Youth Conference. Prayers were recited, followed by a welcome by a member of the National Spiritual Assembly of Vanuatu. Island chiefs and special visitors from Hawaii, Tonga, and Vanuatu introduced some of the themes of the conference. They stressed the extraordinary characteristics of the period of youth and the historical contributions of young people to the transformation of society.
And really, all of you, giving your wholehearted efforts these 3 days to figure out how we can each contribute to building a new civilization, a new world in Vanuatu, in Tahiti, and in Caledonia and Solomon Islands.
The challenge now was to accept their responsibilities as the present generation of youth, utilizing the society-building power of the Baha'i teachings and committing to the empowerment of a life of service. The opening of the conference included songs and traditional dances from the Solomon Islands, Tahiti, New Caledonia, and across Vanuatu. The youth conference participants highlighted the opening with their energetic performances, colorful costumes, and spiritually uplifting and entertaining performances.
My name is Naomi Togafea. I'm come from Solomon Island. My favorite is dancing, cultural dancing, many cultural dancing that I'm see, where it's new for me.
My name is Olotagina and I'm 16 years old. I like dances because of I saw many different cultures of dances and different colors. I saw different many faces.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Sikwa'ai. I'm 17 years old and I'm from the Solomon Islands. Vanuatu, they're a little similar to the islands in Solomons, like Temoru provinces, but for New Caledonia, I'm a bit surprised. I kind of enjoy it.
My name is Drebi, and I'm really happy to attend this conference. And I'm also overwhelmed by the welcome that people in Vanuatu did to us.
The main sessions featured discussions on set themes and utilized arts, dance, drama, and song.
them not to themselves, but guide their steps by the light.
During the 3 days, the youth first met together for prayers. Next, there were talks from the National Spiritual Assembly and advisors. They then were broken into specific communities within their respective countries to focus on the needs of their own communities. The goal behind these 114 youth conferences is to help our communities develop at the grassroots level. The participants spent the majority of their time discussing how they could contribute to the specific needs of their neighborhoods, identifying main issues and finding solutions. The first key theme was on the importance of the period of youth and their ability as young people to make a contribution to the betterment of society. They explored how to infuse their day-to-day activities with a spirit of generous giving and offering service for the well-being of others.
My favorite subject was the period of youth because I choose this subject because the period of youth, it is on us youth that we are energetic, yes? We are energetic and we are strong, that we have the forefront of the enterprises of Baha'i faith.
Okay, my name is Kwete Maxime. I come from New Caledonia, Pacific Island, and I'm 34 years old, so I came to participate at the conference as a facilitator and a participant.
Hi everyone, my name is Jason and I'm 17 years old. I come from the island of Vanuatu. I'm from Vanuatu, in a little island in the province of Penama called Maibo.
My name is Martin Dan from Tana. I'm 21 years old.
The first one was about the period of youth. So allow the youth to know about himself, about his capacity, and how he can contribute to build society.
It's best for youth to carry out the job because they go freely everywhere. They have freedom in what they do.
Because during that period of time, youth have the ability, they have the energy.
A lot of them have learned what they are really, because some of them don't even realize that they have so much extraordinary power that they can contribute. The arts has been a very big effect on them. They learn how to translate those concepts into action.
Just few, not so many. So many just roam around. So it is on us, that active youth, that we have to mobilize with those youth so that we can come together and work together.
The Junior Youth Spiritual Empowerment Program, used in the different neighborhoods, is a program offered around the globe. It focuses on the age between 12 to 15 by using a series of books that include different virtues and stories, as well as incorporating service projects to help the junior youth's community. The group is headed by a person or persons called animators, usually between the ages of 15 to 30. These animators work well with junior youth because of how close they are in age and can relate to each other. Yet the animators have been trained, gained wisdom, and act as role models to help their younger counterparts.
An animator is a true friend of the junior youth. It's someone that could be between the age of 16 and 20, so he's a young.
An animator, as from the studies, it is a true friend, which I could say anything. All my problems, my school, my work, my service, anything that he could help me, encourage me. He's like a parent to me.
The second theme was about early adolescence and how youth can assist those younger than themselves to refine their characters, help them to enhance their power of expression, and enable a strong moral sensibility to take root within the junior youth.
When I was at that age, I didn't have that much youth around me to help me make a change when I was at that age. But today, this conference has brought my dream come true. We have so many young people that are so generated by the topics that they can't wait to just go and transform the tribe, the village, and the community. And they are so empowered.
Junior youth, they can learn from us, because when we don't treat them in the right way, or teach them what they need to do in the right ways, they can tend to do bad things, like negative things.
My name is Clatwinase. I am from Vanuatu, the island of Tana, but I lived in Efate in a Vila community in a tiny little neighborhood of freshwater. Since junior youth, as a junior youth, I could see that most of my behavior is really influenced from the elders. So my animator, he was so awesome. He took me out in junior youth camps in which I get to interact with other junior youths, more learn about service and take part in community service. So it has really helped me a lot.
Baha'i youth and their friends in many places are committing themselves to serving as animators in the Junior Youth Spiritual Empowerment Program. They assist junior youth to navigate a crucial stage of their lives and to direct their energies towards the betterment of humankind. One of the most vital themes of the conference was mutual support. This session examined the benefits of walking a path of service in the company of others. Loving fellowship, mutual encouragement, and willingness to learn together are natural properties of any group of youth, sincerely striving for the same ends.
We are working hand in hand. As in youths or the animators, we are doing service together. The path of service to be experienced or to be known is not only by one or two, but by scores upon scores.
Going hand in hand with everyone else, doing it together, not alone.
We're trying to guide the youth, to guide them into the path of service of being animator of pre-youth group. Every youth, whatever their differences, aspire to grow and to bring a contribution to the advancement of the society. So we're trying during this conference to help them in the way they can elevate our society.
So it's time to put what we say into action. So go back to our communities, talk to the people there, speak to those who didn't have the chance like us to come here.
Hey, my name is Jesse Willie, and I come from Vanuatu. I did learn a lot of things about friendship, but I'm so interested in how serving my community, and that's my favorite part of service, giving service to our community.
This conference is very important, and what I learned here is very important. And it's like a fruit. This fruit is like it's better than apple, pear. It's more sweeter than the apple, pear, and whatsoever fruits you can eat. That is sweetest. I think this one is more sweeter, because if you miss it, you miss a very, very big blessing.
We may not think the same, we may not live the same, we may not feel the same, we may not dress the same, living in the same planet. Hey yo, we're living in the same world. I say, we may not think the same, we may not live the same, we may not feel the same, we may not dress the same, living in the same planet. Hey yo, we're living in the same world. One God, yes, only one God. One race, one people. One God, yes, only one God. One race, one people. You are not black, you are not white. Now let this man come to human kingdom, yo. You are not red, yellow or brown. Come on, little easy, bless this up for the human race. You are not black, you are not white. Now let this man come to human kingdom, yo. You are not red, yellow or brown. Come on, little easy, bless this up for the human race. You are not black, you are not white.
The theme of community building is significant for the Baha'is of all ages. But around the globe, youth are often in the forefront of this process, seeing neighborhoods and villages becoming centers of intense activity to enhance the capacity of a population and to cultivate and sustain a spiritually enriching pattern of community life. There was also a focus on the power of fragmentation in a person's life and how it can be destructive. The discussions concentrated on how these different fragments in our lives can result in false choices that not only hurt the individual, but the community as a whole.
Some of the social forces that I've seen within my community is that junior youth sometimes they get involved in drugs, violence.
Drinking alcohol, smoking marijuana, which is it's not good for us youth to do.
I'm really happy that this conference gives us clear sight to see those forces and a fight against it.
We have lots of things that keep distracting us when you have to choose from work, your family, serving the faith.
I see that the activities are not really flexible.
Your friends, your hobbies.
They're like sometimes we've done the activities, sometimes not.
The youth can decide to only work and leave service aside, or doesn't know if he has to serve and not working.
And that's a big problem because one person that plays many roles, and you always have to have time for this and that. And that's the problem because we always have time for social activities and we put spiritual activities aside.
Someone can live his normal life and serve at the same time. So how we define service? Service is like giving yourself to help society getting better.
Where he got one wing, enough last week. Where he got one wing, he flew around the garden. And where he got one wing, he paralyzed. But if you integrate all the fragments in your life, school, education, work, service to Baha'u'llah, you manage your time, you manage your effort, and you integrate all these fragments, you will like one bird got two wings. Bird got two wings, he flies straight. Bird got two wings, he fly high.
The final core task was to discuss how youth can contribute to the advancement of civilization. Participants made concrete plans about what to do after the conference to develop and promote service activities in their neighborhoods and towns. Eager to take on a measure of responsibility to aid the spiritual and social development of those around them, especially ones younger than themselves, they made plans for effecting a spiritual and material transformation at the grassroots of their society.
After the conference, I would like to continue my junior youth group in freshwater school, community school, in which I animate somewhere around 29 junior youth.
My plan is to, I will go back to Solomon Island and I will strengthen my cluster 4, to engage lots of children and junior youth to participate in my classes.
After this conference, when I'll go back to my home, I'm going to follow my other friends who take junior class and study Shegol.
I would try to transform my society by home visiting the adults in the communities, talk with them, share them about the conference, what it's like, what's other friends, other Baha'is from the countries.
We plan to engage some youths in core activities.
Core activities are activities in the Baha'i faith where they're purposely to help to transform society. Examples like children's classes and JY study circle.
They teach unity and mutual support that I learned here. That through mutual support, everything can succeed.
conference closed with a festive atmosphere. The feelings and emotions of more than 1,700 youth present seems to be at a climax by the end of the conference. There were loud cheers reflecting the participants' spiritual delight. Hundreds of youth joined hands together and sang and danced in the hall. Several extra dance performances spontaneously happened. Every soul in the auditorium was touched by the joyous feelings that filled the crowded hall. Even after the formal program closed, and concluding words of encouragement came from the National Spiritual Assembly of Vanuatu and the councillors, more dancing took place. The unity that was built during the conference has inspired many of the youth to direct their attention towards service in their communities. Knowing that there are many like-minded youth ready to support their peers. As the participants joyously shouldered their responsibilities and honoring commitments made, all of these countries will feel the rippling effects coming from the dynamic power of youth.